Let me offer my thanks to our distinguished colleagues here in the battle against trafficking. We are very fortunate to have representatives from 4 countries here, Australia, Netherlands, the United States, and of course the Philippines. But this is actually an international battle that crosses all lines. The Ombudsman's office is an excellent ally and leader in this effort in the Philippines, and we're proud to work with them whenever we can. The Visayan Forum, of course, is legendary internationally and nationally for its incredible work, as are the other partners, the International Justice Mission, Ateneo Human Rights Center. And so we're very, very grateful to the Department of Justice as well, and the inspirational words of Ricardo Blankenship always inspires me every time he talks. I also just want to take a moment to recognize the team inside the embassy that works on these issues every day. We have from the Department of State, from our mission in AID, from our Public Affairs section, we have a lot of individuals who pull together to try and support efforts here in the Philippines and around the world against this tragic phenomenon. I was very impressed by the remarks from our survivor. I think that she is a very brave, brave girl. She's one of many, many people. Our Australian colleague told us it was 23 million to 27 million people in that situation. So I want you all to close your eyes for a minute and pretend it's you. Pretend you can't decide what you're going to do that day. Pretend that you're beaten and abused. Whenever somebody wants to, you have nothing you can say about it. Pretend it goes on and on and on until finally that small spark of light that's you starts to go out. And after a long, long time, it starts to feel normal. That's what victims of trafficking suffer every day. And that's why we're here. Think of trafficking like a typhoon with invisible victims. Thousands of victims everywhere in a natural disaster, man-made disaster, that we have to help. And just as in Typhoon Ondoy, the international community pulls together to help. Neighbors help neighbors, police help victims, people pull together to help colleagues and family who are trapped in the rubble. This is an important cause, and it takes all of us to work together in order to bring recovery, in order to bring relief, and in order to rebuild people's lives after they've been ruined by this phenomenon. So it is inspiring for me today to be here because I find that you don't have to go around the Philippines to find champions in anti-trafficking because we have a room full of champions right here. Everyone in this room is committed in one way or another to this cause, and we need you to continue that commitment. We need you to be brave in the face of intimidation and coercion. Traffickers are like the snake in the Garden of Eden. They're wily and immoral. They tell lies, they offer gifts, they make promises, but it's all a trick. It's all an evil trick. And the consequences can be very severe. So it calls upon all of us to pull together and to try and defeat this phenomenon. My colleagues remind me that just 3 days ago, President Obama stood up and recognized the passage of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. This is our Constitution, and the 13th Amendment abolished slavery in the United States, legally and officially. But what we know, of course, is that modern-day slavery continues to be a challenge. It's not just words on paper, it's not just laws, it's everyone working every day to stand up to people who are doing wrong, to speak out against corruption, to help those who are victims, and to work together to prevent traffickers from doing their job, to prosecute them if they are caught, to support their victims, and to build a society that just says no, that just won't tolerate these kinds of actions. Unfortunately, it's a growing business, not a diminishing business, which means we really have to redouble our efforts. And that's why I am extremely proud to be here and to recognize the partners in this effort to not only work against corruption, but to recognize those officials who stand up and do the right thing every day. We have a lot of heroes in this room, and they are amongst our most important, because every day they have the opportunity to do the wrong thing and they don't take it. Every day they do the right thing. Every day they make sure that we are safe, that we can raise our children, that we can go to work, and those are the ones that really do need to be recognized. Every day they go the extra mile and follow a lead or look at something that doesn't feel right, and they make sure that what they see is supposed to be going on, and if it's not, they take the appropriate action. We need teams, and that's the other great thing about this event. We have a new partnership we're signing now between NGOs, between the government, with the support of the international community, because we have to work together as a team to be successful. So this is a room full of champions as far as I'm concerned, and a table up here full of superheroes. So I want you to imagine them in their superhero costumes, because really they are leaders in this effort, and we're very, very proud to support them. But they're the ones that stand out front and take the bullets, and do the hard work to make these initiatives succeed. We have the Ateneo Human Rights Center, we have the International Justice Mission, we have the Visayan Forum working with the Ombudsman's Office in this partnership, but they are one of many partnerships. And I think that's one of the strengths of this room and of this event is that we're talking about working together, we're talking about working collaboratively. We have the case of a survivor who did indeed benefit from this incredible cooperation, which validates the hard work that you've done and the hard work that we have to ask you to keep doing. Because it's not over, and every day is a new battle, and every case is a new reason to stand up and continue the effort. The United States has contributed over the last 5 or 6 years about $5 million to anti-trafficking efforts in the Philippines. Our colleagues in the media know that we've helped support public announcements, we've helped support concerts, because one of the issues is really making sure people are aware, helping people protect themselves against false recruiters, against the wily whispers of that evil snake, so that they don't get caught up in that. It's also important that people who see something wrong, who see somebody in a house who never seems to leave, that they speak up and say something doesn't seem right there, and somebody should go in and make sure they're okay. We need those people to be alert and aware. We need people in airports, we need people in railway stations and ferries to be aware of what's going on and what the risks are. We really appreciate that. The media is a good partner. We appreciate that all the transportation entities are good partners, all of the transportation police, the PNP. We need all of these partners that we possibly can, but we really need you. We need you as a person to talk to your friends and your neighbors about this cause, to make sure that they reach out to others, that they stay aware. We need you to talk to your children and make sure that they don't fall into the grasp of people with bad intentions. We need you to talk to your clubs, to your Rotary, to your Girl Scouts, to wherever you go, wherever you hang out, to help people understand that this is a very serious problem and to bring more people into the cause. Because this is something that's going to go on until all of us stand together and stop it. And this is something that's going to go on until we have judges that are aware of the kinds of tricks these people use, the kind of intimidation people can be subject to, until victims can stand up and be protected. All of those things need to come together. We need support systems to help victims rebuild their lives. We need labor inspections to make sure that workplaces are run properly. We need a lot of people and a lot of tools and a lot of laws to come together. And this room is the reason that I too am inspired, Undersecretary, because you are the people that can make it happen here. And I can assure you that in my country, in Australia, in the Netherlands, and everywhere else, we're all working just as hard because we have this problem too. We understand that we also need to do our part. President Obama made January Anti-Trafficking Month. He dedicated an entire month to this cause in the United States, and we need to focus on this and that we continue to push on it. So this is something that I can assure you is on the forefront of our agenda. I'm glad to know that all of you are working on it every day because that's inspiring as well. And I'm very, very glad that we have our superheroes here to lead the way. Thank you very much.